Hey, morning Spurs fans, it's Paul the Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic sock show on the internet. I hope you're all well. It is a bright and breezy 5:26 a.m. in Sydney. Clear out the gollies. How you going? Was it 6:30 p.m. in England? And today marks 101 days. 101 days until we go up to Villa Park and give Matt Cash a little tickle. I saw a quick thing on Talk Sport there. I think it's, I keep forgetting these people's names. Is it Andy Goldstein, journalist? I don't really go for journalists much. But he said that, look, I met Matt Cash. He's a lovely bloke, but he should be banned. He should be banned. And he's right. He's right. If you can't, I don't care. Like I was saying yesterday, I don't care. People are saying it was an accidental. I'm going to go on about this because I'm fed up with this. Bloody Bentoncourt's out for 2.5 months. It's a blow to us. It doesn't matter if it's accidental or not. I think it was premeditated myself. It looked it to me. He looked like he was trying to hurt the guy. But even if it was accidental, shouldn't be on the pitch. If you don't know how to tackle, if that's the best you can do, you shouldn't be playing football. Yeah, it's just dangerous and unwieldy. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, we played that match under weird circumstances. It turns out that, well, it's a bit murky whether VAR was available for the first 10 minutes or not. I read this thing, and they were kind of saying, oh, yeah, the feed was there and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, just switch it off, man. Switch it off. I saw that penalty that PSG were given against Newcastle, and oh my dear, oh dear, what's going on with the game? No wonder Clive Allen said the other day on Twitter, he said, I'm a dinosaur, but this isn't football. This isn't a game anymore. It's true. And you hear idiots like Simon Jordan say, oh, it's not VAR. It's not VAR, it's the people. No, it's both, but it is actually VAR as well. You know, you've only got to look at cinema history to see that cinematographers, directors, producers, they use slow motion in movies for dramatic effect. Sylvester Stallone knew this in Rocky. You know, the clips of where he, you know, him and Creed, slow motion, the faces all distorted, they're gobbing out, you know, what's his name? Dick Smith's Recipe for Blood, theatrical blood. I mean, they were hitting each other, but they weren't smashing each other's head off. But you slow it down, and it looks like they're trying to take each other's head off. Over here in rugby league, where they use VAR, but they call it the bunker over here, an old rugby league dude, Gus Gould, he said, rugby, the game's not played in slow motion. That's the problem with this VAR thing. Football is not played in slow motion. It's played in real time. So if you're talking about a handball in the box, and we've been victim of this, and, you know, I don't like to, you know, after a game, I generally don't go on about, you know, referee decisions and things like that. It's the rub of the green. It's part of the conditions of the game, and you just got to get on with it. So I'm just talking about VAR in general. You know, an accidental handball. We all know what a handball is. We might have different opinions over particular specific incidents, but we all know, you know, what it's that, isn't it? It's not art, is it? It's where you're using your hand on purpose to get an advantage. I mean, maybe I should, but because now we're talking in VAR, where a ball, you know, a third of a second comes off a player's boot or something, bounces off an arm, player hasn't got enough time to react. You slow that down, so instead of it being a third of a second, it's now 5 seconds. It looks like a handball. So it's not just the people. It is VAR. It's endemic in the VAR system itself. And I'm just asking the question, who wants it? Who wants it? You know, it's supposed to come in for howlers, for the Maradona handballs, which has given us all something to talk about. I mean, on the other hand, these howler decisions, they're kind of part of football. I know it really sucks eggs when you're on the receiving end of one. But then on the other hand, England's goal against Germany in the '66 World Cup, was it over the line or not? you know, sometimes you get it as well. And it was always going to happen. This thing that was brought in for howlers, for the Thierry Henry handballs against Republic of Ireland, for those kinds of things. And now we're doing it for offsides, man. Taking 2 minutes for an offside. Like, I've said it, I keep saying it, like that offside, the first Villa goal, which was ruled offside, the amount of time it took for that to be ruled offside, I'd be like, nah. If that goal was given, I think a lot of people actually watching even the VAR thing. I'll have to maybe watch some watch-alongs to see what people's reaction was. But my reaction to that offside was, from one, they had two photos, one on each side of the pitch. On one side of the pitch, the player looked marginally maybe offside, and from the other side of the pitch, which I guess in theory is the same moment in time, the player looked onside. And so what do you do about that? Then they take ages drawing these lines. They zoomed it up. It's pixelated as all hell. So I don't know how you can accurately tell, you know, with colour bleed and things like that, where a player really is. And I would have been fine. Give the goal. Give the goal. I'm pretty sure there was more than one watch-along. And they were looking at the footage saying, could go either way. Well, if it could go either way, you've got to give the benefit of the doubt to the striker. That's the way it used to be. That's what Ange said in a press conference a while ago. There's no harm in that. You know, the idea of the offside rule is to stop goal hanging. And so if a player is like that, oh, God, I don't know. So I'm fed up with hearing people like not Michael Jordan, God, he's a different cat altogether, Simon Jordan. It's not VAR, it's the people. No, it is actually the technology that's used. And the system where you've got people that are not at the game. You know, football is the Hotspur Hippie. You know, you're going to get a bit of this. Football is a bit about the vibe, the energy. I'm sounding like Dennis Denuto. It's the vibe, man. And the referee is part of the game. The referee is part of the game. And I know referees don't or shouldn't, how do I explain this? Make decisions to balance things up. But, you know, the guy on the spot in the game, he can tell how the game's going, and he knows how to, you know, if a team's getting a bit out of line, he'll do something to bring them back into line. Now, whether that relates to a specific incident or not is almost irrelevant. You know, the rule of FA football, I've forgotten how it's worded. It's not the referee's decision is final. It's something like the referee will administer the rules as he sees fit, which is kind of meaning the same thing. But time and time again, it's very rare you see a referee when they're called to the VAR screen and then they're seeing this, you know, boing, 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 backwards and forwards for a handball, that they disallow it. I think I've seen it about once. Well, it's probably more than that, but I can only remember seeing with my own eyes once a referee looking at it and saying, no, I'm sticking with my original decision. Most of the time, you know, as soon as a referee is called to the screen, you know what decisions they're going to make. It's the system itself. The people in the VAR room are completely removed from the game. You know, football I don't care, football is an emotional thing, and the referee is part of that. When you've got a group of people that are removed, that are in this room in Stockley Park, which, as I've said before, I used to live near, and it used to be an old rubbish dump. And I remember they claimed, it's Europe's biggest clean-up operation before they built this business park there. I reckon some of the crap's left behind, some of the fumes are coming out, and they're seeing like 5 screens in front of them. But they're emotionally distant from what's happening on the pitch. They're not equipped in any way to make the right decision. So why is VAR there? What keeps it there? I don't understand this. Maybe I do, but, you know, the only reasons I can think are, you know, ulterior, gambling, things like that. Jobs for the boys. You know, these people are being employed. There's probably a consultancy company. I don't know who it is. Is it IBM or someone like that? They've got a contract to do this stuff. A few, you know, prawn dinners. Oh, yeah, we'll upgrade it. There's problems. Don't worry about it. Enjoy the prawns. Enjoy the prawns. That's what it's all about. It's not about football. Football, you know, there's this idea that somehow football is black and white. It's never been the case. It's always been a bit dodgy for one. That's what makes it good. That's what makes football enjoyable, the human aspect of it. And when you try and extract that out of it, and you're left with, I don't know what you're left with anymore. I can understand these old players saying, well, what is this? You know, I was having a chat with Coover the other night, and we were chatting about the Terry Venables, and we were chatting about the good old days. And I asked him, you know, because he was going to White Hart Lane roughly the same period of time as I was. You know, I asked him, do you remember any bad referee decisions? He said, no. And I'm the same. Like, I can vaguely remember one offside goal against Arsenal once, but that's it. That's it. I remember at the time in the ground, giving the referee's a wanker and all that, but afterwards, that kind of floats away. Because, you know, whatever the referee does, football, even though it's a bit hit and miss with referee decisions sometimes, the wonderful thing about it is that most of the time the best team wins. That's the way it goes. And the referee is part of that. And the referees have just been neutered now, and they just seem to be acting like a bunch of show ponies, really. You know, they've all got nice haircuts. They used to be like, you know, PE teachers or cops, things like that. They're always a bit, you know, out of shape, a bit authoritarian. As Ange Postecoglou said, they were brought up to be scared of the referees. So it was. Who's scared of a referee now? They're like male models, and they know they don't have to concentrate that much because they've got a safety net behind them. The other thing I hear about refereeing these days is, I was just checking my microphone is on. We need to, the standard of refereeing needs to be improved. Well, okay, that's a nice thing to say. Well, where are you going to do that? Where are these mysterious referees that are better referees? Are they around? Or I'm just going to assume that the referees, whatever their faults are in the Premier League, they're the best we've got. So that's it. That's what you've got. So we've got to live with it. We've got to live with it. But what I can't abide with is the VAR. It's absolutely ruining the game. Absolutely ruining the game. Anyway, that's my little opening diatribe. So I'll come to the chat now. I hope you're all well in here. I hope my chat thing is working today, because I was having problems with it yesterday. So look. No, for some reason it's not bloody working. I don't understand. I don't understand. This was working perfectly. You know what? You know what? Let me try something here. What a pain in the bottom this is, eh? It's really my enjoyment of the stream. I've got to find where the link is. Oh dear, I don't know what I'm doing here. Chat may be an issue here. Chat may be an issue again. Okay, alright, I'm on to something here. I'm on to something. It's alright. Hold on, folks. Oh! I don't understand why it's not appearing. I don't understand why it's not appearing, because it's in the thing. Ah! I can see that from Johnny Best not agreeing what you need is a Commodore 64, man. Yeah, I know. I don't understand why. I must have done something really dumb, eh? I must have. Let's just try another one. Let's just try doing this. Let's try doing this. Oh, right. Okay, I've made a new one quickly there, and it's working. It's going to be a bit... It's going to be... Look, I'm not going to get it all resized and fancy and everything, but at least I've got it. But there's a load of comments that I've missed up there, so it's all right. I'll get onto them, Ian, and then I'll be able to put them on the screen. I don't know why the original one isn't working. God, this is fluid, eh? So I'll read out the rest of the chats up here first, and then I'll be able to start bringing them on the screen. So first off the blocks, we've got Glenn Oddle. Glenn Oddle, member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. Super chats and memberships are available. Hi Paul and chat. G'day Glenn, nice to see you. Glenn Oddle, accident, my arse. My arse! The annal. Yeah, look, my opinion is it's not an accident. I'm just saying that whether it's an accident or not is kind of irrelevant. No, I think he was an absolute thug. He did 2 horrible tackles. And Glenn also says the pen was in the 98th minute too. I mean, you know, what are these officials doing? I don't get it. Ian Barron, good evening everyone watching. Hope you're well and having a great day. Like as normal. Good luck with your channel, Hotspur Hippie, and everyone. Thanks very much, Ian. I hope Darlington's season is turning the corner. Ian Barron says also slowing down and freezing the incident distorts the view. That's my point, man. It absolutely does. That's why I'm saying it. You know, when people say it's not VAR, it's the people. No, it is actually VAR. You're right. Look, if you're going to have VAR, you know, a couple of changes, I'd want to get rid of it. But as an olive branch, here's some suggestions. No slow motion. No slow motion. And you get 1 minute to overturn a decision. That's it. If you can't do it in that, it's not a clanger. Glenn Oddle, a.k.a. Martin. I've just watched the Ange documentary called We Never Stop about his first season at Celtic. Yeah, it's a cracker, isn't it? If you haven't seen it, give it a watch. It's a great insight into his way of working. Yeah, it's brilliant. There's a fair bit of old Ange goodness out there. And, yeah, I mean, what he did at Celtic was amazing. Was amazing. You know, to come from, I don't know, was it a 22-point deficit to Rangers the season before? It was the way they did it. It wasn't just that they won, it was the way they did it. Glenn Hoddle says, refs are redundant now. They certainly are, man. They are. They might as well just not be on the pitch. Administer the whole game from Stockley Park. You might as well just do that. Make them earn their money. It's bonkers. Captain Cockerell. Good evening from the UK, Paul and chat. Hello, UK. Hello there. Ian Barron, looking sharp. Oh, I just literally rolled out of bed and thought, I'll do a stream, get some breakfast, have a shower, and then go to work. Not looking forward to going to work these days. They've opened this new interchange and it is absolutely nightmare. So I just spend my rush hour in traffic now earning no money when I used to earn loads in rush hour. But oh well, there's always a way around it. Johnny Bethnal Green. Evening, amigos. Is that where we're up to? No, not yet. Out my box just finished jamming. Oh, right. Nice one, man. Jamming's a lot of fun, isn't it? I love it. You know, when you're playing with other musicians that don't care either, everyone's just playing their own thing, and the idea is everyone's just trying to make it sound good. And you're allowed to experiment and stuff like that. It's very rewarding, you know. I love it. Ian says that's Glenn. Oh, they're talking to each other. Talking to each other. Alan Bennett. Morning, Alan Bennett. Hi, Paul. Watching Man United game. Sound down that had that handball. What a joke. VAR. It's a joke. I didn't watch the Man United game. Did they have one as well? Ugh. You know, I like slagging other teams off. That's what part of being a football fan. But this is kind of outside of all that, isn't it? It's, you know, maybe it's time for football fans to unite about something. I mean, we do a lot of the case anyway. Remember European Super League and all that. But I've had enough. As they say in Bosnia, Dosta, yeah. I've had enough. Ian Barron says, R.I.P. Terry Venables. Sad news, man. From a Darlington FC fan. Ian Barron, bring back George Courtney. I remember that dude, yeah. Like there were some known referees. Not that they were perfect, but they were good for the game. I like Keith Hackett. I always go to Keith Hackett in England. Pierre Luigi, internationally. Not infallible, but a good referee. Scary. I don't mind a referee being a bit scary. That's all right. Alan Bennett, they're talking about sin bins. Sin bins in football. Who's talking about that, Alan? Really? Talking about sin bins? Oh, I'm scratching my head. All right, now I should be able to use this bodged up one. It's all going to be a bit misshapen, but it'll do for now. What I need is a Commodore 64. Yeah, man. I've got one. I've got a mini one. I'm not going to go to that one. Alan Bennett, use your phone. Yeah, might as well. Ian Barron, Johnny ZX Spectrum computer. Nah, man. Oh, we're on the other side of the divide, are we? We're on the other side of the divide. It was almost like a football rivalry when I was at school. It was the Commodore versus Spectrum Stoush. Ridiculous. Spurs GCTV. Hi, Paul. Oh, evening, Paul. Sorry, I didn't mean to put words in your mouth there. Hope all is well. Everything's tickety-boo, man. I don't mind if this stream goes on a bit. I don't mind if I miss rush hour at the moment. I'll just work later at night. Tom Thacker, big up, Paul. You know what? I am gonna use my phone as a mouse, so I can just sit back in my chair and I don't have to stretch an extra 4 inches. Minimal effort channel. This. Where's the thing? Comfort. Oh, it's Sir Tom Thacker. Sorry, Sir Tom Thacker. Big up, Paul and chat. Big up, man. Johnny Bethnal Green, Spectrum and Llamasoft games. Oh, Llamasoft. See, yeah, Llamasoft. Jeff Minter. Jeff Minter was into the Commodore, man. He was good. He was great. Iridis Alpha. Tom Thacker. Watching Galatasaray versus Man United. What a game. Oh, is it on at the moment, is it? Am I stomping on Champions League? I might as well have a look at what's going on. Hang on. UCL. So what we got on at the moment? Oh, there's a few that are going to kick off. So it's Galatasaray 1, Man United 2 at the moment. Half time, Sevilla 1, PSV 0. Then there's a few games starting a bit later. Come on, Galatasaray. Isn't Dombele playing? Let's have a look at the lineup. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, he is. Come on, Tanguy. Get a couple in. Is Davinson Sanchez playing? Is he playing? No. What's happened to Sanchez? Is he on the bench? Is Sanchez injured or something? Or am I just not, capable of reading? No, he's not there. I'll bring it up on the screen, but there's no point because I've finished talking about it now. There we go. Johnny Bethnal Green. I'd like a Hoddle Waddle VAR crew with Gazza doing the audio. Oh, my God. So you're doing a bit of Diamond Lights with Fog on the Tyne thrown in. You imagine Gazza in a VAR room, man. But that's it. You might as well do that. At least it'd be funny. And I also don't buy the argument about having former players in there. I agree with Ange on this one. Players and managers, they're all in part of the game, aren't they? You want the referees, the officials, they're the ones that administer the rules. Rightly or wrongly, I think that's the way the game is or should be. Oh man, now we're dragging it out now. The ZX81. Whew. Horace goes skiing. I remember near the primary school I used to go to, Botwell in Hayes, there was a John Menzies. Is John Menzies still a thing? It's probably not, is it? And they used to have a few computers there, like a ZX81 and a Spectrum. And, it encouraged kids to learn very basic programming, because you could go in there and just do, 10, print, such and such is a knob. Go to 10, and that would be up on a screen. I got into trouble for that once, but well, what can you do? Alan Bennett, Manchester United 2-1 up at half time. Yeah, weird, eh? How long have we been going here? I'm all over the place now. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. We're only going half an hour. I'm just going to sort of float around here. Oh, something else I saw as well. And I'm a bit. I don't know if I'm disappointed by these comments, but I certainly don't agree with them. See if I can find it. It's an article in Football London. And Berbatov has claimed that signs of the old Tottenham Hotspur are there after losing their 3 Premier League fixtures. And I don't know what matches he's watching. I mean, I like Berbatov, but I don't get it. Let me see, where's the bit? We wanted to see their reaction to how they lost against Chelsea. It's been terrible based on the results. Okay, based on the results. Okay, black and white. Here we go. Yes, injuries are there. One or two, mate. I saw Sky Sports did a thing saying that Tottenham could get in the Champions League with our injured players alone if they made a team. But Berbatov says, yes, injuries are there, but this is the moment where you put your war boots on and try to get results no matter what. I think that's what we've been doing. We've been trying to get results. Every other team has injuries as well, some more, some less. But to have 3 successive defeats, it shows you didn't know how to react after your first loss. Not only that, but you took the lead in each of those games. So to give the lead away, it rings bells of the old Spurs. They need to correct that as soon as possible, because they're still near the top 4. Don't let that losing streak continue. You need the points to stay close to the top 4 and chase trophies. Now it's about the reaction, how to stop the losing streak. Now they have to go and play at Man City. It can't get worse than that. It's a bad moment for everyone. Yes, you can try and motivate your players, and we'll try and do that. It's a tough situation. As long as Tottenham avoid defeat, then that would be a success. This is the moment where the manager, you tell your players, these are the games where we need to show what we know. I'm sure Ange is doing this, man. What does he think Ange is going, all right, let's play a game of football, lads? Is that all that Ange is saying, is it? Oh, my Lord, he's putting a rocket up them. So, no, completely disagree with that. You know, people are hooked up on top 4. Look, my overall thing for this season. Look, we're still in for a shout of doing wonderful things, but ultimately, as long as we're doing what we're doing at the moment and improving, it might be the case we have some shocking results, and we'll start kicking by the end of the year. You know, just because I've been saying, look, we could win the league or whatever, doesn't mean to say that if we finish, 8th or whatever, that I'll be disappointed. I'll be disappointed the thing that will disappoint me if I see the players give up on what this is about. That will be disappointing. That's not happening at the moment. And, those players are showing great bravery, I reckon, by sticking to what Ange is doing. So whatever the result, they're doing what they're asked to do. You know, they've got varying ability. Some can do it better than others, but they're not. They're not going back to old Spurs, says Berbatov. Old Spurs wouldn't be playing like this, unless I don't even know what this old Spurs means. I think when people talk about old Spurs, they're talking about Spurs for a relatively brief period of time in their, 140 odd year history. So, it's all superlatives and hyperbolics, isn't it? Load of hyperbolics. I can't click on that. What kind of... let's do that. I'm just trying to move a screen. It's not letting me move the screen. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, right. Oh, this is professional, isn't it? I'll just peek out at the top of the comment. Hang on. Let me see if I can get this a little bit better. $1980, $1080. Transform. Fit screen. There we go. It's a bit better, isn't it? There we go. Bit of on-the-fly video magic. Caption Grandma, what I don't get about VAR at Spurs Villa game is that they knew there was a problem before the game started, so why didn't they delay the start? There's just no consistency with anything VAR related. Yeah, I mean, that begs the question, doesn't it? How can you... It's like starting a game with one linesman missing and saying, well, like the linesman's, he's had a bad pint of Watney's, and he's stuck in the toilet for a little bit. Oh no, we'll just start the game. We'll wait for Brian to turn up later. This is the equivalent, isn't it? I agree, Caption Grandma, member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. It's crazy. The whole it's a mess. It's a mess. Mick Dundee, morning, mate. Come on, you Spurs. That's it, Mick Dundee. Dear, oh dear. Kim62, morning, man. Evening, Paul. Kim62, member of the Hotspur Hippie commune, member super, but thank you for your support, man. The whole point of VAR was to make the game fair, but all it's done is ruin it. I know. And look, life isn't bloody fair. Like it or not, life isn't fair. Sometimes shit just happens. There goes my 6 o'clock alarm, which I'm always awake for. I can't get rid of that. I say that every time it goes off and then I just forget. Kind of makes me laugh, so there you go. Life isn't fair. It's all right, though. It's fair enough. Can't police an unpredictable game perfectly, although Champions League VAR seems to be more quicker. Oh, there's a commenter getting the heebie-jeebies here. You ignore my chat, I leave the stream. I'll tell you what. If you want to have that attitude, mate, let me assist you. Let me assist you. Let's just remove you. There we go. Then you don't have to make that decision, do you? I don't have to put all the chats up. Bye-bye. Glenn Hoddle. A.K.A. Martin. Oh, I can feel the power. Oh, it's like Highlander. I've just chopped someone's head off, banning someone. Blah. The quickening. It's not a democracy here. It's a Hotspur hypocrisy. There's no freedom of speech here. Freedom of speech. It's my channel, isn't it? Everyone else seems to kind of be cool. If you don't want to be cool, that's it. Bugger off. Not that desperate for views and clicks. Glenn Oddle. They're trying to make perfect game, and that's the problem. It's not. Yeah, you're right, man. It's not possible. They're trying to turn it into FIFA it's a pointless aim, isn't it? It's a pointless aim, you know. It's not even aiming high because it's actually impossible. Actually impossible. I know you lot don't. You know, a lot of you don't follow rugby league here, but it is similar. So the slow motion, the bunker here. Sometimes in rugby league, they play at grounds when they go out to regions where they haven't got the VAR system set up, so there's no VAR. And those games flow, there's no stop-start, decisions are kind of all right. You know, it's like, I'm sure there's an equivalent in football, but in rugby, you know, there might be a string of great play, and look, maybe one of the passes might be a tad bit forward, and a try's given. Who cares? Kind of enough's been done. And it's the same in football, you know, if that's the way the energy or flow of the game is, that a goal scored and it's kind of the right thing, then let it go. Beer Talk Giants, really? Yeah. Well, I got it from San Francisco, man. I'm probably more of a Dodgers fan, that's the thing. Well, the Dodgers is the only game I've seen live. But I don't really follow baseball. So, yeah, to Americans, I'm probably like supporting Tottenham and Arsenal at the same time by saying something like that. Ian Barron, what did Berbatov win at Spurs? Oh, when we talk about the same old Spurs, who was in it? I mean, it's a bit unfair because he was a good player. But who was in it? Who thought, oh no, there's no ambition here, I'm not going to try and win anything at Tottenham, I'm going to go to Man United. That's the same old Spurs, isn't it? And now we've got players like Heung-min Son, or Son Heung-min, who wants to stay around. Romero, who wants to stay around. It's not like they couldn't go to another club, but they want to stay at Tottenham. Captain Grandma. Regarding Mr. Cash, one day he will end a player's career. Absolutely, man. He's been close to it. I mean, you know, when you do that, when you take players out for 3 months here and 6 months there, you're greatly shortening someone's career, aren't you? It's disgusting. 101 days, Matt Cash. Dirty Cash, I want you. Dirty Cash, I need you. Whoa. That's the way it's going to be. If he hasn't already, and his manager and club will be complicit in this. Absolutely right, man. Alan Bennett. Man U 3-1. Wow, okay. Johnny Bethnal Green. VAR seems to be like an African election. Or a Russian election. I could put it to you, any election, because, you know, most countries we've got 2 rubbish choices to go to, so, you know, that's the illusion of democracy, isn't it? Is it really? Mick Dundee, there can be only one, that's it. You know, there was it was one of the few times I was actually kind of angry at seeing a film, was me and a mate went to see Highlander 2, and we just we came out of, what was that? It was so bad. Kim62, I have the power. That's it. It's a chill channel, and the chat is balanced, yeah. People want a response like a naughty child. You ignore them. Yeah, well, that's it. They go, don't they? Look, I had someone on the chat yesterday's stream, or this morning's stream for you. They're pushing it. And as I say, I don't mind what people's opinions are. It's just when you get a little... You know what a dickhead's like, don't you? You know when someone's trying to be a dickhead. And I don't really want dickheads here. And it's up... And I'm the sole judge of that. That's the way it is. I've got no qualms about banning people. I don't... You know, I want to maintain a certain thing in this thing. And like... You guys that are, you know, regulars here don't seem to... I mean, anyone commenting here has got nowhere near close to the line. Nowhere remotely close, no matter what you say. You can even come here and say Spurs are crap or whatever. I mean, you know, it's all welcome, but you know what I mean? You know the sort of people I'm on about. Here we go. Spurs isn't a real club. Well, what is it then? Banter FC. Yeah, well, who do you support, mate? Who do you support? Because I support Tottenham Hotspur, the greatest football team the world has ever seen. But Dominic's not being a dick yet. Maybe he's got potential. But there's nothing. Yeah, you can come in and say that. That's cool, man. That's cool. It's all part of being a football fan, isn't it? That's cool. Alan Bennett, Burbs won the league, scored in the final. Oh, well, yeah, okay. Phone's beeping. Caption Grandma, if Paul misses one of your comments, you just have to think he's done it again and get on with it. Oh, yeah, look, sometimes, yeah, I'm incompetent as well. That's the other thing. Sometimes, I'm not doing it deliberately. What I'll generally do is I'll skip comments if I see people are talking with each other, And that's, that's not because people are being wobbly or whatever. It's just that, that's what happens in chat. People talk to each other and, that's okay. So, and sometimes I get that wrong. Maybe there should be a VAR for the chat. Well, get Stockley Park involved. Paul, you actually missed a comment that someone wasn't being a dickhead and they weren't talking to each other. Okay, I'll just go over to my screen over here. I'll put the whole channel on hold for 2 minutes. Yeah, okay, sorry, I missed the comment. Angry Paul coming out. What? Manchester United 3! Manchester United 3! Transition's too slow. Let's do that again. We want Angry Paul. That's it. That's it. Glenn Hoddle. I don't know who Dominic supports. Who do you support, Dominic? Don't hide behind the curtain. Let's find out who you are. I'm sure I've got a comeback for you. But you're welcome. Glenn Hoddle, being a Spurs fan is the biggest roller coaster ride and I love it. I don't know. I don't know if I love it. I must do, mustn't I? Because I'm still here. Look, if you just forgive me a second, folks, I'm just going to get myself a glass of water. Back in a second. Yeah, it is. It's a roller coaster, man. It is a roller coaster, but it's kind of the most footballiest football club you can almost think of, isn't it? Adam McFarlane, dear Santa, I've been a good boy this year. Please can we have more squad depth? Yeah. Oh, well, you might not see me on Christmas Day. I've got work to do. So if you've been a good boy, I'll check my list, mate. I think I'll see what I can do. I'll see who I can drop down Ange Postecoglou's chimney. Oh, here we go. Ian Barron, Hotspur Hippie, you missed my comment 3 months ago on Tuesday night. Let me just go through the records. That's what VAR. That is the equivalent of VAR in a football match. If I just sit here. Sorry, my apologies, Ian. I'll issue a formal written thing. I'll suspend myself for chat moderation. Adam McFarlane, City will batter us. It's possible. It's possible, but they might not. They might not. I just want to see us keep trying to play this style of football. That's it. Come what may, because in the long run it'll be better for us when when players come back and we get other players to strengthen the team. I think we're going to be absolutely fantastic. But that won't happen if we just give up now. and play a different way. So I'm willing to accept the consequences, if City batter us because we're trying to do it, that's fine. That's fine. But I think also by playing the way we're playing, we've got a chance. We've got a chance of getting a result. Why not? We've beaten City before with worse teams, haven't we? So it can happen. There's no guarantees in football. I'm looking forward to the game. I really am. Because, at the end of it, if we win, oh my. Title challenge is back on. Man United keeper having a nightmare. Is he? What's the score? Hang on, I missed. I know I missed what you say. Okay, 3-2. 3-2 at the moment. 70 minutes gone. Banana, AK Banana. Yeah, he's funny, that keeper, isn't he? He's sort of like when he started, I thought he was actually decent, but he's making some stuff ups, isn't he? Who was their other keeper? I thought their other... Oh, De Gea. I thought De Gea was all right. But, again, I don't see much of other teams play a lot of the time, but De Gea was all right, I thought. I thought Man United have got bigger problems to solve than the goalkeeper. Glenn Hoddle, don't forget your predictions for this week. Oh, yeah, I'm nearly going to forget. Oh, it's my competition. Guaranteed that I'm going to forget. I'll miss at least one game. But we'll give it a plug. We'll have a look at it. I know that's what you're hinting at, Mac, because you're top of the pops at the moment. Well, I know where you're coming from, Glenn. So I'm running a tipping competition. No prize money, no gambling, no nothing like that. Just honour or dishonour. The website is predictorfootball.com. Free to sign up. I think you can even put in a dodgy email address. It doesn't ask you for loads of information. I saw more popular ones, but it asks for too much. It asks for more than I'm willing to give, basically. And even though you can make it all up, there was too much to make up. And the Hotspur Hippie League of Peace code is 534030. So I'll bring up the current standings to give Martin his moment in the sun. There we go. Here it is. Here it is. It's trying to make me do it. Oh, look at this. It's growing. New members coming, new people coming in. It makes me almost look mid-table. But I'm not. I'm third from bottom. If we do it, maybe, can we do it by week? Oh, it also brings in the new people. Okay. So there we go. That's why Glenn keeps on reminding us about the league. I would be too. So Glenn had a great week. Top. Dirty Sanchez second. Barney third. We've got more than the Premier League. Oh, this is like the old First Division now. We're winding back the clock. Yes, man. 22 teams. That's what you want in top flight. Oh, we play too many games these days. Well, you're playing, 4 less in the Premier League? Don't moan about it. 30 Sanchez and Barnes, and propping up the bottom in the relegation zone. Me. Hang on, have I dropped it? Oh, me, Craig the Gecko Man. I thought. Oh, my apologies to Craig the Gecko Man. I thought he was bottom, but he's actually second from bottom. Bottom is actually Sonny's Army. But the way I'm going to do this, I suppose there'll be something for the season overall, but not everyone was in it there. Month by month is interesting, and week by week. I mean, you could do whatever you want. Run it every. You can decide who's winning on what period of time basis. Alrighty. Chem62. Ange said after the game that when we get through this period, we'll be a fair better team. Yeah, what did he say exactly? He said he said something a bit stronger than that, but I get the gist. Yeah. It'll only make us stronger. It will. It's got to, because like when you if you've got players suspended or coming back from injury, saying, "Oh man, I've got to do that to get into this team now." I think it's all good for us. All good for us. You know, you don't want the second, the second string, the B team, just making up numbers and getting by. I think it spreads complacency. And I think you're right when they, oh man, look, we were good before, but you know, the B team's doing all right, man. B team's doing all right. We've got a chance against Manchester City. And when I say a chance, I mean 3-0 to us. De Gea gone. Yeah, I don't know. Adam McFarlane, a bit like Lloris has rushes to the head. I don't know. My impression of Lloris, not rushes to the head, but, you know, cock-ups. Yeah, Onana's a weird one. It's not been a good buy for them anyway, that's for sure. Hey. Spurs GCTV. Fan is an abbreviation of fanatical. Absolutely it is. Which in turn comes from... Oh, okay. We're learning a lesson here. Here we go. Excuse me. Fan is an abbreviation of fanatical, which in turn... See, when you're learning something, it's always more effective if someone's in a posh voice, because people think that people with posh voices know what they're talking about. Fan is an abbreviation of fanatical, which in turn comes from the Latin fanaticus, meaning of the temple. This implies, as fans, we have faith in our team. That's very interesting. I didn't know that. I knew the fanatical bit, but I didn't... You've gone the extra step to join all the dots. That's interesting, eh? Yeah. I mean, okay. Well, if you go by the meaning of the word, you're right, aren't you? Interesting. Fanaticus. What a cool thing to know. Adam McFarlane, think Jota will come in. Maybe so. Oh, what's this? What's going on in Manchester United? 3-3. I've got to watch clips of Man United fans after this game. Mark Goldbridge, Flying Pig. I find him quite funny because he just loses it. He seems like quite a funny guy, that dude. What other Man United? Hang on. I've just noticed one of my both my lights are pointing in the wrong direction, but it's looking all right, isn't it? What I must have done is opened or closed the door and just brushed past them, but it looks all right. Yeah, I find Flying Pig to be quite funny, quite entertaining. So I'll have to watch him. 3-3 Man United. Oh wow. Oh, come on, Galatasaray, please. Come on. This would be amazing. Oh, it's full time. Is it? No. What? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong result. Hang on. Don't, get me in the VAR room. I just say, no, referee's decision. I'm clicking the wrong mouse button. Wow. Oh, this would be a turn up, wouldn't it? So how did the scores go? So it was Man United 1, Man United 2. So they were 2-0 up. Then it went 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3. Oh, look, this is... Look, I can show you one of my thesis... One of my hypothesis about stats here, because they've got it on this one. Is this Opera? I can bring this up on the screen. This is why statistics are bullshit. Case in point. You see this thing here? Live win probability. Now, I don't know what that's based on. It's probably based on historical data, how strong the teams are at the moment and all that sort of stuff. This tells you absolutely nothing nothing about what's going to happen in the game. Why is that? They haven't got the live thing. They haven't got the live thing. Surely they have. Surely they have. They've got the graph. Otherwise, I can't demonstrate. I'll point. Flip. Oh, that's annoying. They have it for some games and not for others. But what happens to these numbers is, like at the beginning of the game, these would have been something different. And then whoever scored first, then their percentage goes up and the other goes down. And so at the moment it's showing this. I guaranteed it was not at the beginning of the game saying pretty much the most likely outcome is a draw and each team has an equal chance of winning. It would not have been saying this. So what my argument is there's no point in this at all. All this is doing is reflecting the scoreboard. That's all it does. So whenever you see something on, Sky Sports, or when people talk about, betting odds are all, it's pointless. It doesn't predict a single thing. And that's the same when you look at stats for players. It will show you what's happened in the past. It's got nothing to do with the future, nothing to do with the present. So this almost religious fanaticism that people have about statistics these days, they're wasting the time. Although I do get it from like a nerdy point of view. I kind of get that. But to say, based on these statistics, this is what's going to happen is absolute bonkers. It's interesting to look back and say, shots on target and all that. But to say this is going to be what will happen next time, you can't do that. But this is going to be a comedy match if Man United lose this. That'd be funny, man. Come on. It would be. I'm going to leave it up. I want it. Please. Look, and I haven't got the chat up in this screen. Hang on. I've got the technology. Copy. I've got the technology. I can do this. There we go. Look at that. Seamless. Spurs GCTV. Therefore, have faith we will win the league. Why not? Here's the thing. Whether you believe or not, it's not going to change what happens. So who cares? It's like, having that attitude doesn't win you. But I'm not playing, am I? I'm not playing. I'm in Sydney. I'm over the arse end of the world. I'm miles away. I can think, whatever I think I'm doing is not going to do anything, is it? But I do believe that, football, because we're less so now, but we are empathic creatures. You are who you hang around with. So if Tottenham is full of people that have that belief, you can pick up on people's emotions, can't you? Unless you're a psychopath or a sociopath or got some empathy disorder or personality disorder. Most people, you can tell if someone's like pissed off or not, can't you? You can feel the vibe. You can feel if someone's like happy. So when you're on the pitch and you've got 60,000 people all going, come on you Spurs. It's like, wow, man. Wow. Makes a difference. Kev Knight, here we go. I've got the score up on the screen, but I've covered myself. There we go. Can I do that? So I just want to keep an eye on it. It'd be so funny if Man United lose this one. I mean, even a draw's pretty comical. Hi, Paul. I've literally just walked in the door, and good to catch you live. Good for you to catch me live too, Kev. Nice to see you. It's bloody freezing here. So you're not bottom of your league, eh? No, I'm close though. I'm very close. Maybe. Hey, this week's another week. It could all happen. I could go even more downhill. Even if it was so, the only way is up. That's right. There we go. Spurs GCTV. 37% of statistics are made up. That's right. What was the line in Anchorman? 60% of the work. 60% of the time, it works all of the time. I think it's talking about Black Panther aftershave or something like that. Yeah, it's just. I'm not saying there isn't a use for statistics, but It's like the thing. Maybe like Chelsea against Tottenham. We never beat them. We've lost the last 9 games or something like that. But that makes bugger all difference to the next game. Nothing. Kev Knight, I love the immaturity, man. Bring it on. Galatasaray versus Menpoo United. 3-3 at 80 minutes. Yeah, I got the score up here. Wouldn't that be hilarious? That'd be the best. That'd be the best. Well, not the best, but the best for now. It's the best I'm going to get at this moment in time, seeing Man United lose. Oh, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it be? I don't know if it'd be great if Ndombele gets a winning goal or something, because I don't know if I really want him back at Tottenham. But Man United. How does this affect the table? I haven't really been following Champions League because we're not in it. Is there an easy way I can get from the... Hang on, let's go over here. UCL tables. Tables, okay. How? I wonder how many Man United fans were criticising Celtic last couple of years. Well, they didn't do very well in Champions League. There we go. Premier League, strongest league in the world. Arsenal at the top of theirs. Boo. Boo. Celtic, yeah, unlucky. Oh, that 2 points difference from the VAR would have made a difference to Newcastle. But, if they've got the class, they'll overcome it. They'll overcome it. You're unlikely to get bad luck over... it's only 6 games, isn't it? We're nearly at the end of the group stage. Oh, that's a bummer. Bummer for Newcastle. Manchester City. Ugh. There we go. Oh, man, this would be great. Look at this. They can't... Oh, God, everyone's trying to lose this group, aren't they? So with 1 game to go, well, Bayern have run away with it, haven't they? Good on you, Harry. What's Man United's last game? I hope it's away at Bayern Munich. Please. Please. That'd be brilliant. Come on. Where is it? Champions. Oh, yes. Look at that. Man United are going to host Bayern Munich. And bye-bye. Bye-bye, Man United. Oh, wonderful. Dreams can come true in football, can't they? They really can. Oh, well, you've done. You've done. Come on, Galatasaray. Let's get a last-minute winner. Look, I'm not for VAR. It's not a democracy. It's a Hotspur hypocrisy. I'm all for VAR getting involved in the last few minutes of the game to steal the game away from Manchester United. It'd be hilarious. Oh, you can't say that. You can't say you don't want VAR, and then you could say that. Yeah, I can say whatever the damn well bloody hell I want to suit my own agenda. That's what I can do. Hi, Hotspur. G'day, Leo. Homie. Yes, man. Oh, is that a thing? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Nice to see you, Leo. Big up, brother. Much love. That's it. Brother from another mother. Hi, Hotspur. Go and give him a flick. Go and give him a flick. Put your link into your channel, man. I'm all for small-scale corruption here. Give your channel a link. The reason I'm saying that is because I can't be asked clicking around. So, if I was technically savvy, I'd do it for you. But go and do it, man. We'll give your channel a plug. I do like watching what you guys do there. Ndombele got hooked. Oh, did he? Man, you just hit the post. Oh, don't jag a winner. Come on, last out Galatasaray. Caption Grandma, we should be wanting Man United to win. Yeah, okay. Let's see where this is going to go. Because there's more chance of a 5th Champions League spot next season. I I know what you're saying, mate. You know, I mean, the only benefit of that is if Spurs are in fifth. But my sort of overall bigger picture of that thing is that it kind of diminishes the Champions League, really, to me. Look, okay, it'd be nice if Spurs got in the Champions League and all that, but I'm willing to forego that next year. Really, I don't care about it. Even though we're going to win the league, you can't say one thing and say the other. Yeah, I can. I can say what I want. I mean, like my take on it is, man, that what's the Champions League when you could potentially be champion of Europe, the European champions, by finishing in the top 25%, the top quarter of the domestic league. It really just it dilutes it for me. It really does. But that's me being an old fart. The good old days where to get into the European Cup you had to win your league. That was your entry ticket. You had to win your league. So to win the European Cup was massive. Massive. Straight knockout, bit of luck, but you could rightfully say European champions. Now, you can't, they've changed the name of it. It's now Champions League. It's not European champions anymore, is it? It's Champions League, which is kind of a bit, Alan Bennett, Ratface, I don't know who that is. Just hit the post. That's good. It's good. I'll give him a bit of something to moan about up there. We're all talking to each other. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Just bung it in. It shouldn't be stopping you. I think people can put URLs in. I'll tell you what, just in case it don't. I mean, that should give you some sort of power. I just made you a mod. Just in case it won't let you do it. There you go. Spurs GCTV. The biggest advantage of rivals remaining in Europe this season is making them play more games. All right, okay. Come on, Man United. Because they ain't going to win it, are they? Okay. That's a good point. So we want all the teams to get through. Maybe get to the quarterfinals, I suppose, and then bugger it all up. Good point. Weaken them. Soften them up. Oh, you've managed to drag this out to well over an hour. We're in injury time. I'll stay till his end, and then I'll go out and hit the road and see what the traffic's. I mean, they're calling it it's an underground spaghetti junction, and it's the way I get into the city, and it's turned a 30-minute journey into a 90-minute journey, and it's horrible. That's why I'm procrastinating about going out and getting in the car. But it's like a sunny day, so I'm going to make hay while the sun shines. Come on, Galatasaray, get one in, son. Get one in. That's what we want. Here we go. There's Leo's channel. Give him a sub and a like. Good channel. Probably the highest channel in the world. Unless, the crew from Nepal get cracking on it. I'm trying to get a bit of rivalry going there. But Leo does, I like that, Spurs news and what's going down at his local pub where all the Spurs fans meet. I find it cool to see, when you get Spurs fans from different parts of the world watching a game, because it doesn't matter where they are. You can see straight away they get it. They get Tottenham. They're Tottenham. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter how long you've been supporting Spurs, There's no hierarchy in fandom. There could be a 30-year-old bloke that just sees Spurs for the first time and they say, oh, come on, you Spurs. They're as big a fan as me or anyone else. Don't matter. At Spurs GCTV. Yeah, I like that point. But yeah, show Leo a bit of love over here. Cool guy. Come on, Galatasaray. I think one of my favourite Galatasaray moments was when Graham Souness was manager, and it was a cup final against Fibonacci, and it was at Fibonacci's ground, I think. Must have been. And Galatasaray won, and Graham Souness, he's a nutcase. Almost started a war. This is like Tottenham and Arsenal on steroids, this sort of game. It's like Rangers, Celtics, that kind of... And Graham Souness runs into the middle of a pitch with a Galatasaray flag and sticks it in the centre circle. I don't know if he quite thought it through, but it was a hell of a symbol. I've got no hat in the ring for Galatasaray or Fibonacci. I just thought that was one of those bonkers moments in football. Still 3-3. Oh, it's all over. But 3-3 is a crap result, isn't it? Hopefully they threw it away. Let's have a look at... I won't be able to tell what happened in the game from the stats. Stats I'll generally look at are corners. Oh, Galatasaray got more corners. That tells more to me than... Oh, my God, it looks like Galatasaray had the ball more than Manchester United, the biggest club in the world. Who'd have thought, eh? Football's a funny old game, isn't it? They had more shots on target. Oh, so Man United had a few shots, but they were just rose head. Wow, I'll have to watch the highlights of this one. I'm gonna watch the Man United fans spit chips. Brilliant. Timeline. End of match. Oh, bless him. Look at him. Oh, what's that? What's that about? Brilliant. Oh, there's too much commentary and stuff. I just want to get rid of all that. Just tell me when the goals were done. Bloody hell. Carnage. What's going on in Istanbul? Delo races around Anthony in the overlap before firing across the face goal. Martial is waiting, but Pellistri receives the pass despite two Herrera's best efforts on the cover. The young substitute needs to lift over Muslera, but can only fire straight at the Galatasaray goalkeeper who catches the ball loose in the third opportunity. Brilliant. Good result. Good result. Football's the winner. Premier League is the best league in the whole world. Well, is it? If it's the best, I mean, surely. I think people say, they've only managed in Turkey or something like that. Oh, it's only Turkish league. Well, looks like Turkey can do just quite... Turkish clubs can do quite well. GCTV, Spurs GCTV, just up to Bowl High. Nice one, man. Well, nice one. Hey! Oh, that's cool. It's funny, sometimes, you say sub to this and all that, and people don't. That's cool. Spreading the love around. All right, folks. Well, on that comedy note of the Manchester United draw, I'm going to go to work now. If you want me to do more of this and less of that, memberships and super chats are available. But you know what? That was a fun stream, that. Thank you very much, folks. Thanks to all the people who have commented and watched. Or if you click like and subscribe, that's cool. If you haven't, that's cool too. If you're watching it later, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's passed a bit of time for you. Till next time, I'll just say peace and love, man, and come on, you Spurs! Bugger it, I forgot to change this again, didn't I? So hang on. And Glenn, Hoddle, and DJ Kenny.